Sheldon, no new injuries. We're good there. Everybody will be ready. You should have your game preview there ready. Um, but we got to move on to Louisiana Tech. Good team. They won at Wichita. Sometimes when you pull the upsets in those type games, it's somebody comes in and nails a bunch of threes or something crazy happens. Louisiana Tech just beat Wichita. They were up the whole game. It was comfortable. They didn't have anybody that had a out of body experience hitting 6 or more threes or 8 3, something like that. It was just a total takedown. They were more physical. They rebounded well. They guarded well. So I thought it was a big says a lot about Louisiana Tech and their program, how they went into Wichita and won in such a tough environment. So a couple keys to the game. We're going to have to guard them without fouling. They score a ton of points from the free throw line. They've made 58 free throws on the year. Their opponents have attempted 57 free throws. So they've made more on the year than their opponents have attempted. About a third of their scoring, a little bit over a third of their scorings from the free throw line. They're top 10 in the country in foul percentage. So that's something we've got to do a good job with. They do a great job on the offensive glass. They've got a bunch of bigs who crash the glass hard. They've got the state JUCO Player of the Year, 6'7" athletic kid who does a really, really good job. And their guards are tough. They've got really good guards. The kid Bracey from Baltimore, he's been out, but we're expecting him to play, and he's a really good guard. And Archibald was 6th or 7th in the country last year in assist rate, which was really good. So they got a good program, good team. Coach Conkle's done a very good job. And it'll be another big challenge for us tomorrow night at the PMAC. So hopefully we'll have a great crowd. Our team feeds off the crowds. I think the crowds have been great, and hopefully we'll be able to pack it tomorrow night on a Friday night.
I see you guys get it done different ways. What do you like most about this team offensively?
Well, offensively, I'd like we got to have a little bit better rhythm to what we're doing. I think we were a little bit clunky at times. I guess would be our spacing gets a little bit poor, and we try to sit around, wait for other guys to make plays instead of move and get to the open spots. But I think we scored 85 points the other night against a good team without 2 of our better guys, scoring a bunch. So I'm not nearly as worried about our offense as I am some of the defensive issues. So we're going to continue to work on the defensive issues and attack those issues and try to get better there. But if we can just keep our turnovers down, we've turned the ball over a little bit too much the last couple games. Those teams pressed. Louisiana Tech presses. We'll see a diamond press, 2-2-1 press, mix in some 1-3-1. We're going to need to handle the ball better and at least just give ourselves a chance to get a shot up on the backboard.
The defense, is that just trying to get guys to prioritize it?
No, I don't think it's our guys don't prioritize it. It's just, good team defense requires 5 people on the same page, 5 people communicating. We have, we've had some breakdowns, and it's like I told the guys yesterday in film. If you make a mistake once, we can live with that. But if you keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, then I'm the fool for keep thinking you're going to fix it. So if it didn't fix, then we can fix it with the bench. So we've got to get a little bit better on that end of the court, specifically our transition defense. At this point, if you got a team that just sprints to the rim, you don't even need to run a play against us. You can just live in transition most of the night. So we got to get better there, and I think our ball screen defense is coming. I think we'll be better with our ball screen defense.
Do you have a longer leash early in the season? You guys in that
I don't know. We got good depth, so we got other guys who can come in if you can't get the job done. But I think we're going to get the job done. I think we got the guys. I think the guys are locked in and be ready to go.
Coach, you kind of just mentioned it, but I remember last year you were talking so much about the ball screen defense was not nearly where you wanted it to be. How much has that improved?
It's improved. Now we've just had issues with these pick and pop 4s, and Louisiana Tech's got 2 pick and pop 4s who are very good. If we don't cover them up better than we've been covering, they'll have a career night from 3. This has got to be, Kent, I don't know if you have the stat on this. We've had 3 straight teams have guys hit 6 or more threes on us. I mean, that's like, it's hard to do. So we don't get that fixed, and we just give away a free 18 points every game from the three-point line. Be tough for us to win games. It's going to catch up to us at some point. So I told the guys, it's going to make, it'll catch up to us tomorrow night if we don't figure it out with how good Louisiana Tech is. But if we can't get better in these areas, it's going to catch up to us. We're not going to be learning from wins here before long.
I know you break the game down into segments. Do you break your schedule down into segments as well? Is this something you want to focus on at home, staying here before you take on the road?
Yeah. We got these 4 home games, and we hadn't started 4-0 around here since 2012, so 6 years we hadn't started 4-0. So, this would be the first part. Then you kind of go into the tournament play. Then you got the part around exams, and then you go into So this would be the first part. If we could finish this out strong.
Do you have goals for each little segment? Other than wins?
Yeah, win them all. No, I mean, we want to play to our standards, and we break it more down by that and how we play each game, and do we get better each game, and did we shore up some areas?
It's more holistic.
Correct.
The in-state scheduling thing, Ogeron over there with the football team, he said it's kind of an emphasis that he likes to play his in-state school, like Southeastern and whatnot. For you, maybe the teams outside of Lafayette, is that something you care about doing?
We like all teams in state. But no, I mean, I think I was amazed to find out. You'd have to tell me if this is only like the 10th or 11th meeting between us and Louisiana Tech, right? And I think it's only like the second or third time since like the 40s or something like that. So I mean, I've known Coach Conkle since he was at Miami as an assistant, and then I know their ops guy really well, Andy Fox, who was at Tulane, and so just made sense to set it up. They've got a good RPI. They win a bunch of games. They had some kids injured last year. That's why their record, I think they won 18, 19 games last year. But they'll be a 20-plus win team. And, they're in-state. And it makes sense. If it's an in-state team and it makes sense, we got no problem scheduling.
You mentioned the offensive rhythm. Is it encouraging that you haven't quite found that rhythm for a full game, that your offense has still been pretty efficient?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to find the rhythm here before long, because if we don't find the rhythm here for long, we're not going to be scoring like we are, and we're not going to have things fall our way. So we got to have a little bit better rhythm to us. But I guess it is encouraging. We're scoring quite a bit even without it. But I think we'll continue to get better.
What you got from Purell the other night, I'm sure that's the first reunion with the Oregon.
No, he's done that. I mean, he did that in one of our scrimmages. He had 19 and 6 in one of our scrimmages. Did the same type thing. So he's a good player. He's a good player. The little lefty jump hook off the cross screen when it got down to 2 points, and he was able to put that in, give us a 4-point lead. So he does a good job. He brings great energy. He's an elite level shot blocker, and so I like what he brings. And like I told him, so you may not go 7 for 7. You probably won't go 7 for 7 tomorrow night, but just keep bringing the energy. Keep doing what you do, and good things are going to happen. But really, really pleased with him and how he responded after a tough outing against Greensboro.
Where would you like to see a rebound? I mean, that's kind of
Yeah, I mean, I told, it's a little bit, the numbers are a little bit misleading. He had 3 in this past game. He had one that in the first half it was 10-8, and the ball hit his right hand and went out of bounds. I mean, he's just got to grab a few more of them, and we work on that every day just with his hands and getting stronger hands and be able to grab the ball. He had 4 or 5 in a Greensboro game in the Southeastern game that were in his hands. It slipped. He's just got to grab the ball. He's in position to get him. He's got to get him. And so I think he'll continue to get better. But he's rusty. I mean, he's had a year off. He hadn't played in live games in a year, and thought he did a great job keeping the ball high. Did a great job tipping balls and getting on the offensive glass on Tuesday night. And he's gonna continue to improve and continue to help us.
Hayes and Emmett Williams were pretty impressive on the offensive glass. Is that something their mentality?
Yeah, they do a good job. They go to half of offensive rebounding is going every time, And they didn't go every time. Our goal for a game is you got to go 80%. You got to get your shoulder through the other guy's shoulder. You got to get your shoulder inside of the defender's shoulder 80% of the time. If you do that, you're going to get quite a few offensive rebounds. So for the most part, they did that. And when you give yourselves all those opportunities, the ball will find you. And that's what Emmett and Darius do.
Daquan Gracie is one of their more kind of reliable guys, but he's kind of day-to-day. Is it kind of tough to prepare? And not know?
Well, we're going to prepare like he's going to play. You know, you got to prepare like he's going to play. He had 16 at Wichita. You know, he's a big game player. He's from Baltimore. He's got that toughness to him. So, you know, I'm not a doctor, you know, but I was watching film. He was in a boot for the Sam Houston game. He wasn't in a boot for the Harding game. So I would assume if you keep progressing like that, he was walking around decent in the huddles. So, I mean, I'd assume, you know, like you said, it's an in-state team. It's, you know, one of the few meetings we've had with him. I assume they'll do everything they can to get him on the court. So we're going to prepare like he's going to play, and if he doesn't play, we'll adjust to Archibald and some of those other guys. But he's a big-time player and a big-time weapon for him.
How much do you feel like you have a handle on who this team is and how much are you still kind of fleshing out?
We're still working on it. You know, we're going to evolve throughout the year. Your teams always evolve throughout the season, but I think we've got a pretty good handle on who we are right now. It doesn't necessarily mean we like everything about who we are right now, but we kind of know who we are. And then really, you talk about the season being segmented. You know, we've been in game prep mode the last 2 weeks, so we really need to prepare well and find a way to win this game tomorrow night, which is going to be a tough game. And then we've got a little bit of time next week to work on ourselves and recalibrate some things that we need to heading into the tournament. Then we've got a game when we get back. Then we've got another week to 10 days off in between games over the exam break where we hadn't had time to work on ourselves. We've just been preparing on other teams and getting our preparation down for other teams. So I'm really looking forward to, you know, getting through the next couple of days and being able to work on ourselves going into the tournament in Orlando and then work on ourselves again. But like I said, we got a tall task ahead of us tomorrow night with Louisiana Tech before we even think about that.
You enjoying kind of the puzzle pieces and trying to figure it out?
Yeah, you always enjoy that with every team. You enjoy trying to.
So many more pieces.
You got to figure out, you know, the keys to the locks and make sure all of them open. And you know, I think we're continuing to do all that.
In his first 3 games, Coach, how comfortable has Javonte looked in your eyes and in your coaching experience for young guys? Is there a certain time frame you look for him to be completely kind of comfortable?
He's unflappable. I mean, he looks like a veteran out there. You wouldn't know he's a freshman unless you'd look down and see FR next to his name. So, you know, I've always thought that by Christmas, you know, the freshmen and your JUCO guys, you know, by the Christmas break whether they can help you or whether they can't. You know, you have if they can't, they hadn't shown you much by that holiday break. Probably don't have it. Obviously, that's not the case with Javonte and with all of our guys who have been playing. You know, they've got it and they're going to be able to help us, and they're just going to continue to grow and get better throughout the year. I really thought in that Memphis game, I thought Javonte was getting ready to go off. You know, he scored those 8 points real quick. Then he picked up those fouls in the first half. I thought he was really kind of getting ready to. He's going to have some games where he goes 25, 30 points. I thought he was getting ready to have one of those nights, and then the foul trouble kind of broke his rhythm a little bit. But he's been very, very steady for us, and very, very pleased and proud of what he's done so far. It's not easy to do. You know, he's got a lot of pressure on him staying in town here. People are very aware of him and aware of what he's done in high school, and he's really, really done a nice job handling everything. I've been very, very proud of him with all that.